Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our second virtual human-centered design workshop. My name is Kimaya Sethi, and I am the chairperson of Engineers Without Borders UKZN, and I'll be going through what you'll be expected to do today. Let me explain why we at EWB UKZN believe that it's important to host this workshop. In the classroom, we gain a plethora of theoretical knowledge, which puts us in a bubble. However, we believe that the true test of engineers is their ability to apply their knowledge practically and in real-world situations. But as Uncle Ben once said, with great power comes great responsibility. We strive to make you responsible engineers. At EWB UKZN, we strive to educate responsible engineers who can work towards improving the lives around us as well as those in need. We as an organization invest in these beliefs to create better engineers who can pave the path for a better future, and that starts with you. Let's start with a hypothetical example. Engineering Eric, fresh out of university, lands a job at Iron Corp, and his first job is to improve the effectiveness of their best-selling model. He believes he can do so much better, so Engineering Eric adds an onboard screen to display the performance of the iron as well as smart integration. To accommodate these new features, the size of the handle is drastically reduced and the elements of the iron is made smaller. He expects the sales to be explosive. However, sales plummeted. After further investigation, it was found that the handle was too small for customers to use. And because of the small element, garments took twice as long to iron. This just proves that effectiveness doesn't mean better. This is the basis of human-centered design. So, why are you here today? We believe is to become more responsible engineers. And to do so, it's important to understand that who you're making it for is equally as important as what you're making. In order to properly understand your stakeholders, you need to consider all the nuances of the problem, and the best way to do this is to tackle the problem with a robust, structured methodology that takes all relevant factors into consideration. Today, we will explore such a methodology in this human-centered design workshop. What makes human-centered design so important? Human-centered design is an approach to problem solving that is intrinsically human. It can help make more socially conscious and responsible engineers. Also, the final products that are made using this method are made more valuable because they hold more higher value to the end user and will be used more effectively. So, what do you get out of this? You get a better understanding of human-centered design and make yourselves more socially conscious and responsible engineers. You learn how to look at real-world problems with a broader perspective instead of narrowing down to the technical issues, as we are generally taught in university. Also, as Engineer Without Border members, you'll gain a human-centered design certificate upon completion of the workshop. Break down today's schedule. The first session, which starts at 9 a.m., will be an introduction and breakdown of the human-centered design. This will be presented by Mr. Paul Sali and be facilitated by Lusanda Zulu. This will help you get a basic understanding of what human-centered design is and give you the toolkit you'll need to answer the problem statement which will be given to you at the end of the session. The second session, which starts at 10:30, will be the time where you get to discuss the problem statement. You'll be broken up into groups, which will be allocated to you to discuss the problem statement, and you'll also need to prepare a 10-minute presentation to your solution. In this session, you'll be assisted by professional engineers as well as EWB committee members who will help you guide you through your process. However, it's up to you to come up with your solution. Amongst your group, you can decide when to meet and how long you'll spend on the solution. However, you must spend at least the first half an hour planning yourselves and how you'll spend the rest of your session. At 4 o'clock, you'll reconvene for the third session. This is where presentations from the session 2 will be presented to everyone and you'll be provided with constructive feedback. After the presentations will be closing statements and a vote of thanks. And this will conclude our workshop for today. Now let's introduce today's team for the Human-Centered Design workshop. Let's start with Paul Solly, who will be the one who is teaching us more about the human-centered design. Paul is employed as a mechanical engineer in the power generation team at Satari. He has gained diverse experience from energy and bulk materials to thermal power generation and renewable energy. He has worked in a vast number of projects in his career, from solar PV plants and combined cycle gas turbines to mining construction. He is registered as a candidate engineer at the Engineering Council of South Africa and is a member of SciMech-E. He also sits on the board of directors at the University of Pretoria and Engineers Without Borders South Africa. Now I'll introduce you to those who will help you during your breakout session in session 2. Let's start with the mentors that will be joining you in the breakout sessions. In group 1, you will have Helen Zobe, who is an intern at Umzukulu Technologies. And in group 2, you'll have Travan Singh, who is an electrical engineer graduate. In group 3, we have Priya Mudli, who is a data analyst working in the digital and data track at Sanlam. In group 4, we have Aisha Mohammadi, who is a civil engineering graduate currently pursuing her master's in coastal engineering. Finally, we have Yumna Hattis in group 5, who is the Accountability Project Director at the Global Fund for Women. She has been gracious enough to join us again for our second virtual HCD workshop. These mentors will help guide you in whatever problems you may have and provide the professional experience that they have gained throughout the years. Next, I'll introduce you to the facilitators who will help you with all technical issues you may run into during the breakout sessions. In group 1, we have our EWB UKZN committee mentee, Mercia Pillay, and this is her email address in case you need to contact her. In group 2, we have our events coordinator, Lusanda Zulu, followed by her email address. In group 3, our social media officer, Kolisi Shezi, will be facilitating, and in group 4, our project coordinator, Ogogo, will be your facilitator. In group 5, we have our student liaison, Mohammed Kasani, and in group 6, finally, we have Kiapake Lempe, who will be your facilitator. If you run into any technical issues, please email them. All their contact details will be provided in the chat. Thank you, everyone. That is it from my side. We'll hand you over to Lusanda, and I hope you enjoyed today's workshop.